So to make this beautiful wild garlic pesto, we need to start by preheating the oven to 180 degrees. And we need a baking tray. And onto the baking tray, scatter over some hazelnuts. And to the hazelnuts, we want to add an equal amount of cashew nuts. So pop your nuts into the oven and we want to roast them off for about 5 to 7 minutes until they start to get lightly brown and you've got a beautiful nutty aroma. While they're in and we've got a few minutes, we're going to need some wild garlic. Give the wild garlic a really good wash, pat it dry to remove some of that excess water. And when they're ready, you want to remove the nuts from the oven, pop the nuts into a ramekin ready to go, and then you want to take the washed wild garlic, pop a good handful onto the chopping board and cut it up roughly with a really sharp knife. Stick the wild garlic to one side and then you want to take a bulb of regular garlic, just 1 clove and a blender. Chop it up a bit and then pop the garlic into the blender, and then you want to add a good splash of some extra virgin olive oil. Blitz up the garlic for a moment, then you can go in with your roasted nuts. Give that another blend for a couple of ticks to get things moving, and then for the wild garlic. So add a good few handfuls and also a lovely fresh lemon. So zest that into the blender and then you want to cut it in half and squeeze in some of the juice. Add a little dash more oil and then you want to blend that up for a few moments until it's nicely mixed. Give it a quick taste, make any more adjustments you need at this point, and then grate in some Parmesan cheese. So get a good handful in there, blend for a very quick tick, give it a good stirring up, and at this point, very important to give it a quick taste. You want to season, give it one last really good stir. Now the pesto's ready, we're ready to cook the pasta. So you want to pop a saucepan onto the hob, turn the heat up high, fill that up with water, and then very important when cooking pasta, you want to heavily season the pasta water. We literally want it as salty as the sea. Once the water's boiling, chuck in your rigatoni, give it a stir once it's in so it doesn't stick, and then you want to cook this for about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes less than it says on the packet. So taste the pasta, and once it's ready, you want to chuck your rigatoni into a saucepan, making sure that you're splashing a bit of that pasta water as well. Once it's in, add a good tablespoon or 2 of your pesto, give it a really good stirring through, cook it out for 1 minute or 2, give it a really good tossing up in the pan, add any more pesto if you need, maybe a touch more pasta water, and when you're happy, we're good to go. So pour your rigatoni out onto a plate, finish with a really nice grating of some Parmesan, a few twists of freshly ground black pepper, and there we have a beautiful wild garlic pesto rigatoni. All that's left to do is to get stuck in, and I'll see you next time.